Well, thankfully, the month of October is over. It was just a really, really crappy month. But now we're to November, moving on. So in a nutshell, what happened with my truck? Well, my insurance company completely ghosted me for about 3 weeks. The truck was stolen on October 3rd. This is 2023. I called them initially to make the claim and got things rolling, and then nada, nothing for 3 weeks. I emailed and called them a dozen times. So that made me pretty nervous. I didn't know what was going on. And also the police had pretty much ghosted me. I wasn't getting updates. They weren't telling me what was going on. So I was super stressed. And then with so many of the wonderful internet keyboard warriors telling me that I burnt my own truck up and saying that it was my fault, it really had me worried that other people thought I had done it. So I was super stressed. But after about 3 weeks, instead of my insurance company talking to me, reaching out to me, I had an attorney call me. The insurance company had hired an attorney to fight the case because they were blaming me for taking my truck and setting it on fire. So needless to say, that was very stressful. I do work with a bunch of attorneys, so thankfully I was getting a bunch of good and free advice. But as of that point, it looked like I was gonna have to hire one and we were gonna go to war over this thing. That was about 11 a.m., so that was not a good day. But at 4:45 the same day, it was a Friday, I was just ready to punch out and go home. I get a phone call from the police investigators and they say, "Hey, so how you doing?" I'm like, "Not really that good. I'm pretty exhausted. Hadn't really been getting much sleep." And they said, "Okay, well, we just want to let you know that we arrested 2 individuals for the theft of your truck." And I was like, oh my God, I felt like an elephant had gotten off my shoulders. I felt so vindicated. I immediately posted about it. I was so happy. I shared the info with the attorney and I told them they better give me the biggest, fattest fucking check they had ever written. Unfortunately, they didn't, but anyways, we'll get to that part. But I was just so happy. They caught 2 people. They are in custody as of right now. They've been arrested and charged. Then there was a third that they just got, I think a few days after that. So there are 3 people that had done this. It's all over the news. It was actually a really big deal here in Knoxville. So if anybody watches the news around here, I'll have links in the description below if you guys wanted to check it out. But there's these 3 people and they had done a string of burglaries, break-ins, robberies. They were 22 and 23 years old. Whole life ahead of themselves, and they're just complete idiots. 20 to 25 cars is what they'd broken into and stole stuff. Guns, backpacks, purses, everything. They'd only stolen a couple cars from what I've heard. And my truck, luckily, was the only one that they burnt up. And when they admitted to it, to the investigators, they told them it was because I had a dash cam in the truck and they were worried it got their faces. Not the brightest crayons. Yeah, I mean, there's cameras everywhere. Every intersection has cameras everywhere, and you think you're going to get away with this? But they actually had the balls to break into 2 police cars, broke the windows, and I guess there was some blood evidence, and that was kind of the smoking gun because they were both on probation. They just got out of jail, and they did this. Again, not rocket surgeons. So they matched the DNA, but out of the police cars, they had stolen like AR, shotguns, a computer from a police car, just a bunch of stuff. I still don't know what their plan was with taking all this stuff. I don't know if they were going to sell it. I guess they have recovered a few things, but none of my stuff, unfortunately. All of my stuff is gone. They have obtained a couple firearms, but I'm not holding my breath. Mine is a total loss. What's up?
Thankfully, none of my toys are gone.
Yeah, thankfully none of your toys were in there. Yeah. So I added it all up for insurance for everybody, and I had $14,000 worth of stuff, accessories, tools, because we had actually just got back from a camping trip with the T-Rex, and I still had a bunch of stuff in there so I could be prepared on the road. All of my charging adapters were in the truck. So now let's get down to the numbers. Unfortunately, it did not work out in my favor. Considering I had all of that stuff lost, none of that was covered because my homeowner's insurance had lapsed 4 days before. The insurance company claims they called us and sent us letters, but we have nothing. I talked to a lawyer about trying to fight them because I think they have to give you notice if they're going to terminate your insurance or if your renewal is up. And because I paid for a year in advance, I just didn't realize the year had been up, so I didn't take it upon myself to look into it. Yeah, so partly my responsibility. But anyways, the lawyers say that I would spend more than that trying to sue them, trying to get any money from them. So I am out that 14 grand, no ifs, ands, or buts. I have definitely switched insurance companies at this point. F those guys. I left them an appropriate review online everywhere. Also, not that doesn't help me get any of my money or stuff back. So that really sucks. And also, as I said in the other video, my custom electronics to connect my T-Rex camper to all of my EVs is gone. So I have to build another one, but I've really kind of just lost motivation after how horrible all of that was. And plus, I don't have an electric vehicle anymore. I've got the Mustangs, which I have to do another video on updating the EV project. I've been making some pretty good progress on that. I just, with everything going on, I haven't really filmed much of anything. The insurance company did cover the truck, and it was for more than I owed, and I got a little tiny check. So, not enough. I wish it was more, but it's in the past now. I do have to appear at court to try to get these guys locked up. So that's gonna happen at some point, I think December. But this is the new ride, a minivan. And I never thought I'd ever get a minivan, but my God, this thing is actually awesome. It is fun to drive. It drives like a small car, but it has tons of room. This is a 2021 Chrysler Pacifica plug-in hybrid. It actually gets like 40 miles per gallon driving around. It's awesome, and it's a huge vehicle. You get tons of space in there. I plug it in every night, so when it's warm, I can do my trip from home to work all on electricity. So that is really awesome, and now we have a vehicle that can drive around and we can take road trips with. I am tempted to connect this to the T-Rex, but I'd still have to rebuild my controller. I did install a trailer hitch in this. It was a bitch. It was a real pain in the ass. Unlike every other vehicle I've ever done, it took half a day's worth of work. I didn't film any of it because it doesn't matter. It's just a trailer hitch on a minivan. But it is possible that I could connect the T-Rex camper to this. So if at some point in the future, maybe I will. This thing can actually tow 3,600 pounds. So that's pretty good. I forget, I had a video about it a long time ago, but the camper I think was something like 28 or 2,600 pounds. A big part of that is just the Tesla battery that's in the bottom. But on a daily basis, my wife's gonna be driving this because her Bolt is actually a lease, and that's getting turned in a couple weeks. So I'm gonna be daily driving my 66 Mustang. It sounds cool, I know, and a small part of me is looking forward to it, but it's mint, and I would just hate for something to happen to it. So, but that's the plan. I don't have enough money to buy another car. This I had to pay with cash. I had to sell Bitcoin just before it went on a 30% run. So that's just wonderful. But I had to sell my investments and buy this cash because I didn't get enough money from the truck to buy anything else. Oh, and to add to October being a shitty month, our cat was hit by a car. He required $6,500 surgery. Yeah, I don't feel like getting into that. But yeah, we're moving forward, and hopefully the rest of the month is going to be good. Hopefully next year will be a better year than 2023. Oh yeah, and yesterday was my best friend's birthday, Paul, who I made a video about previously. He drowned on Memorial Day. Yeah, fun times. But that's your update. I haven't really filmed much, haven't made any videos, but I'll try to get back in the swing of things. It's just been so extremely stressful and just so much stuff going on that I haven't really had time or motivation to do a whole lot. But there it is. We're plugging away. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.